looking fantastic, girl.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I don't even know who I am anymore.
You look so good. When you sent me that photo of you in the green dress, I was like, girl, you're banging.
Yeah, that was the dress I wore Sunday. My friend just said, oh, what is this transformation? What's happened? And she just looked at me and said, what is happening with your body, and why do you look like this?
So I've got two little boys, 4 and 2, who are very energetic. My second born decided he didn't know how to sleep for about 2 years. So that just meant that I didn't have any time to myself. I couldn't find time for myself, and my relationship with everybody just suffered as a result of that. But I just had to learn to get back on track and figure out a way to kind of repair everything. And that's sort of what this program has helped me to do. I just found myself getting really angry all the time. I was really negative. I was always saying I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I can't cope was my go-to, which just gives me the shivers now if I hear that in my head. I can't say it anymore. Yeah. And I just got to that point where I needed to change something and find a different way of living because, my 4-year-old was just angry. The 2-year-old was fine because he was oblivious. My husband and I were just screaming at the kids all the time, and it was just no way to live. So, we've come from a pretty terrible place, really, to, like a complete transformation and just a calmer household. Nobody screams. Nobody's allowed to scream anymore. We have to be positive. We have to be calm and talk to each other. And it's really good. I wasn't able to shift the weight that I'd gained after having my second son. I wasn't feeling good. I was really tired. I didn't have any energy. I had other health issues going on that I couldn't get a hold of. I couldn't seem to manage that. And then my mental health was just really struggling as a result of everything. So I wasn't in a very good place at all.
So what other health issues are you referring to?
Thyroid issues that sort of presented when I had my first child and then came back with the second, and it's taken probably 2 years for that to resolve, and only now is it sort of stabilising. I've learned that I need structure. I need to know what I want to achieve in a day, in a week, in 3 months, whatever it might be. I've learned that I need time to myself. I need to do exercise. I need to fit that in within my day. It doesn't matter where, as long as it's in there. And I really love the personal development content within the app, and listening to that each day and going for walks just helps me feel really good and mindful. Then I can just sort of set up for the day. So I'm able to prioritise those tasks, though they're not tasks, time for myself, above other things like unpacking the dishwasher or sweeping the floor or cleaning up the breakfast mess. I just leave it and I go for a walk and I feel so much better. And then I come back and I'm happy and I clean it up. I feel like I've learned how to manage my health, how to improve my family's health as well. And also, mental health, not just physical health. So it's really good.
Listening to the space that you were in when you first started and how much stress was controlling you then, and then listening to where you are now, it's just totally different.
Yeah, and I can't talk negatively about myself anymore. So I know we only did one session on transformational language, but I literally cannot. I tried last night to say something negative about myself, put myself down with my sister, and I could not do it.
So a big thing that we discussed in our breakthrough call was the changes of seasons that you were struggling with, like when the kids were home or when they were home from like daycare, or, when you were working so much, and like when people got sick. And I feel like you've had all of that happen within your, you even had COVID throughout your program, duration. So how do you manage that differently? How do you think your approach today is different now compared to before?
I think it's just living by the mantra of flexible thinking. So every time I have a plan to do something and something else crops up, I just think of that phrase and then somehow just make it work. I think with illness particularly, it's quite hard. You might have kids home or might be sick yourself, and it's really hard to do a workout or to keep eating on track. But I think the personal development content's really helped with that, to sort of reset and get back on track. So even if things happen, just don't feel bad about it, and then just get myself back on track. It doesn't matter how long it's been. I can always, push myself harder the next week and be extra good the next week and make up for it. I tend to involve the kids in what I'm doing, so they might do my workout with me, or I'll go for a walk and listen to PD even though they're talking to me, and I say, I can't hear you, Chelsea's talking to me. Yeah, Mummy's listening to Chelsea. Yeah, and they say, oh, okay. Chelsea's helping me to be a better mum and a better person. Am I a better person? And they say, yep. So, am I less angry? Yep. Happier? Yep. So they can see the benefits of it.
So that's why you've been so because you messaged me several times being like, now I have a solid plan as to how I can achieve my goals. And now I understand why you value that so much, because it was something that you were struggling with previous. I didn't know that. We've never had this conversation.
Yeah. And all I wanted to do was walk once a day. And I'd said to my husband, either 8 a.m. or 8 p.m, I'm going to walk every day. And I couldn't even leave the house. I couldn't do it. It was like some mental block that just prevented me from leaving the house. And now I can get up, smash out a workout, get the kids breakfast, get myself breakfast, get dressed, go for a walk and come back. And it's like 9 a.m. It's just fantastic.
And what do you think has contributed to that? What do you think? Do you think it's the mindset or the time or management, or what do you think has contributed to that?
I think all of it. I think the mindset plays a huge role, and I think that's overlooked by a lot of people. So the fact that you touch on mindset, where you focus on it, meditation every day, journaling every day, it really helps. The self-care, the self-love, it really helps to keep me on track. And I know now what makes me feel good. So I tick those things off every day. The routine is huge. The morning routine, evening routine, checking in, even my own personal accountability, using the app to tick off the 4 eyes. And I'll continue to do that after the program as well, because that keeps me on track. I'm much more positive. I can't really talk negatively to myself anymore, even though I try to put myself down. I can't.
Don't ever try.
I'm just a lot calmer. So I think the stress management component of the program's really helped me. And the way that you put it as emotional regulation, I think it's really important. I've just printed my goals for the next 3 months to put on the fridge so I can tick off my emotional regulation and managing my stress response. I think that part of it's really important for me, for my mindset and managing anger. And everything's easier as well. If I have more energy, if I get up and do my workout, if I do my meditation, if I'm calmer, I can smash out my task and not even think about it. Whereas if I'm down or in a poor mental state, like I struggle with it, and I ask for help now. It's a huge transformation for our whole family. Like at the start, I was asking him for time. I'd say, look, no, I'm a bit stressed. And I think the Garmin watch has been really good because it monitors heart rate and stress and everything. So I could check it and see, and I still do it now. But if I was feeling upset or my heart was racing, I'd say, look, I just need 5 minutes out. Everything that I've learned from the program, I've told him about. And then now, so he's got chronic migraines. So now I said, look, you've got to change something. And now he'll go and meditate when he feels stressed. Or he'll go and do a workout. After I come in the morning, he'll go and do one, and I can take the kids from there. So we tag team.
But also seeing how far your diets come. Like I see all your food prep posts and stuff like that. And like you're cooking healthy consistently throughout the week. And even when you were sick, you kept that up. And it's like part of your practice now, which has a massive impact on mental health.
And I think just having the tools to do that. So knowing what to eat, doing the food diary and having you tell me, you got to cut this out or add this in, or it's been really good. And having all the recipes in the app, which just means, scroll through, pick one, add it to the meal plan, spit out the shopping list and do the grocery shop. It's so easy. And online shopping and simple things like that. I mean, it's just become really easy, because usually I would sit there and think, well, what am I going to cook? And all that would spring to mind is easy stuff, and it might be processed stuff. And it was really unhealthy. There's this other photo of me at the beach on January 22nd, which was 2 days before I started the program. Horrendous. I look 5 months pregnant. Yeah, and I'm not. Awesome. Thank you. You're awesome.
Bye.
Yeah.